Hello everybody, it is FstMario here, and happy Valentine's Day for everyone who is viewing this video. As per the last level 1 to 20 video, I will be showing a showcase of level 1 to 20 with an archer, as it was the most requested on the warrior walkthrough video. So this video, I think it's about 20 plus minutes long, but it is pretty much just almost the entire journey from level 1 to 20. I've showed every single level up from 1 to 20 in this video, and I've just cut the video down portions in between, like before I level up, just to kind of show that I did it naturally. Just for another pre-note, I guess, as always, the best gear for archers is in the inventory of this account, and I'm only going to be using the loot that I personally pick up to at least, get my stats up. Once I'm invulnerable to red bouncers, that's when I will change into the best gear so I can showcase the damage it can do. I know that's kind of unfair to kind of showcase exactly, why is he using all this top gear that you have to get through, like, maybe an hour of, honestly, something like an hour of grinding at this point, because red bouncers give a lot of money for the amount of XP they do, which is kind of strange, but as for that, it's no issue really. I don't see the issue with it if I'm not going to be using it until I'm invulnerable to everything, and I still kind of grind with the lower items, so it's not too bad. So I guess just to get in first about what an archer is, obviously the traditional archer class is a long range and high damage output. So at the expense of maybe not having the best defense, they can attack from a distance, and what they lack in damage, they have that range to save up and shoot, long distances. That's just the whole gimmick, really. It's what every other archer class is precision damage. I don't think we'll ever get any form of precision system in Helmet Heroes, but who knows. But as for archers, it is the only class with a form of like a special ability in their basic attack. So again, if you hold the spacebar with an archer, you do more damage, which is, I guess, kind of a given at this point. Though this wasn't actually the case in original Helmet Heroes, because even though their damage is pretty high, which is kind of strange, I guess. Like they have pretty high damage minus their the drawback, the charged attack, and it doesn't seem like it here, but they're able to cut through a lot of things at a very low level, which I guess is obviously the case for low levels because you don't need that many stats to overcome them. But by level 6, like as you can see here, I was already kind of farming the green walkers because I was invulnerable to them, because I got a pretty good drop, honestly, which makes a lot of sense. But no, I feel like archers are actually very strong in Helmet Heroes Reborn, because in the original Helmet Heroes, they were very outclassed the higher you get. So, I mean, they had their Pierce Shot, which obviously you can hit multiple monsters with the attack, and it does increase damage based on how many it goes through. But again, like in Helmet Heroes, you had the Cowboy's Shotgun, that just obliterates everything. You have the Mage's Thunder, that can one-hit mobs if you have it fully upgraded and have the good enough stats. I think at the point I was like one-hitting Repguanas and Mongrels or whatever else, I don't even know. It's been so long since I played the original Helmet Heroes. And if you're actually watching this long, if you would like me to go back to original Helmet Heroes and maybe do like a video, just like a goodbye video on it, feel free to comment below. I really would love people to watch these videos for longer, so if you have any suggestions on how I can properly keep you watching the video and just seeing what I have to say, feel free to put that in the comments too. But yeah, it's like I said before, right now archers can kind of shred through a lot of things. So as for what I saw when I was down in the red bouncers area, which we'll get to shortly, more or less the archers can actually shred through things pretty easily, and it's much faster to grind than warriors. And obviously, being a cowboy would make that a bit faster because you have faster, damage per second. So it took me about 30 in-game minutes to get this class to level 20, which honestly isn't that much, but given how, I guess, difficult it actually is to level up, especially past level 30 and 40. I think I'm at level 42 as I'm making this video on my main account. I need to kill around 5,500 red bouncers, which is definitely like a few hours, which is honestly kind of frustrating to really think about. But yeah, because of that, I mean, the long distance being away, all you have to do is you pump your attack at the start, so you get to the point where you can start killing green walkers. You pick up the loot drops and you put a few points into your defense, so your final defense goes up, save up the money and loot drops you get, and then you're pretty much covered. So despite that, there's not really much to also talk about when it comes to archers. I mean, as you can see here, I've got my little leaf bow, and I'm just shooting along with my honestly very mediocre equips. I took away some dexterity there because I didn't want it. At least not until later on, as you'll see if you stay watching the video. But yeah, it's very easy right now to get invulnerable to the red bouncers, and I feel like it might be an issue with the green walkers, and they just seem very easy to kill, because before it was kind of worrying, because you needed like what, 2 points in defense in the armor you're wearing to be immune to everything, and right now it's pretty much the same. You just wear like a coconut helm and you're immune to these. It's kind of nothing really. It kind of doesn't feel challenging, but then again, it is the start of the game and I'm severely over leveled on my main account, so that makes a lot of sense, so I kind of gather that. But no, as you can just see here, I am immune to the red bouncers, and I'm just killing them with my little leaf bow there. So as for that, I guess after this point, I've kind of talked through exactly what the archer is, and I guess the strengths and the weaknesses. So the strengths of the archer, as we already know, is the range. You can shoot from long distances. You can honestly kind of snipe people with your bow, like not across the map per se, but you can snipe kills. You can snipe from people, and the downside is they're just, although they're strong now, I get the feeling they're gonna be like original Helmet Heroes where they're weak. And the fact that you have to, I mean, the long distance is nice and all, but it has to be, it has to be precise. You have to either walk right up to the thing you're killing, and on slopes especially, as you can see here, it's a pain to try and actually kill them unless you're right up to them. So you pretty much have to, actually know how to play an archer and how to, when exactly to hold and let go. You have to know the movement of all the monsters. It's a very specific thing so far, and the more areas we get into, that's obviously going to change. It's just more of a, I'd just say it's more of a frustration now, but I'm hoping it will change. Obviously, through the input that we give Robbie, it will change Helmet Heroes Reborn, which is why I can't stress enough that you leave comments about suggestions and things you want to see in the game. I can bring these to Robbie. I can make suggestion mega threads for Robbie to see. He's active in the Helmet Heroes Reborn Discord, and I would really love it if people could give their feedback on everything, even if it's harsh. I would rather people be honest than just say, this is great, I need that feedback so we can help make Helmet Heroes Reborn the best game it could possibly be. Because after Iliotopia, I'd love to say I don't want another screw up. Obviously a lot of people liked Iliotopia. I don't think it's the best, but each their own. Different games, different prospects to people. But a little bit off track there. Back to archers, the strengths, the long distance, and the damage is honestly pretty nice, but I think the damage is going to fall off as different classes progress, because as Robbie wanted for MP, he wants MP to be a commodity. He doesn't want it to like a rare commodity. He doesn't want it to be something that you can just abuse like an original Helmet Heroes. Again, you could have like a few million MP and just spam abilities with no real cooldown. In here, abilities will likely have cooldowns, and you have to replenish it through your food consumption, like bananas and such, and not necessarily through your skills. Which, again, I don't know the exact skills he's going to add. I'm just relaying what Robbie's personally told me when I've talked to him in-game. So, as for that, I can't say exactly where the Archer's headed right now. But what I can say is that the Archer is, honestly, probably the second most fun next to Mages for me. I don't know what it was, but I just found them very, very fun to play. As you can see here, I spent my money and got a new hat and sold some of my items, so I pretty much just got stronger instantly. I think archers also have really good item jumps. Like, the items have great stats for their levels too. I just felt like I was getting stronger so rapidly. It was a really weird experience, but I think for now I'm going to stop talking about that. What I would instead like to talk about is the weaknesses. So, despite the class, I guess, being long distance, as I've just mentioned maybe twice now, it's going to plateau. I can kind of feel it. It's going to plateau and it won't be as great. I mean, if you think about it, the mage is the strongest hitting. The cowboy does more. A cowboy is just an archer but stronger. Like, it does more DPS over a short amount of time. Especially in the early game like this, it's pretty much just your projectiles are slower, and you have an arch to them, whereas cowboys kind of shoot straight forward then arch. Like, cowboys are very... It's very frustrating, I want to say, for cowboys, but... You know, it is what it is. I guess that's how Robbie wants it to be seen. Honestly, I don't think cowboys should have been added to Helmet Heroes, but that is a discussion for another video I would love to talk about. As for now, I think I've kind of got through everything I wanted to talk about archers for now. There's not a lot to talk about, and I think it's better off if I just stop talking here and let you enjoy the music as you enjoy the grinding of me hitting level 20. If you would love to see like actual grinding montages of like myself or new accounts or anything, just feel free to, again, put in the comments if you would like to hear that, and I will be more than thankful to record sessions of me grinding, maybe like live streams. You know, I'm not against it. But I guess for now, I will see you guys in the next video, so enjoy this grinding.